The evolution of design in Mexico. The story of design in Mexico is a captivating journey spanning epochs marked by rich cultural and stylistic diversity from pre-Columbian indigenous civilizations like the Aztecs and Mayas, leaving a legacy of vibrant colors and geometric patterns to the fusion of styles during the colonial period with the arrival of the Spanish in the 16th century. During the colonial period, we witnesses the creation of mestizo art, merging European aesthetics with indigenous traditions, prominently seen in colonial architecture, with churches and mansions becoming distinctive elements. The 19th century, marked by Mexico's independence in 1821, witnesses a quest for identity in design, adopting pre-Hispanic elements and a strong sense of nationalism. This trend continued with architectural eclecticism, blending European styles with local elements. The Mexican Revolution in the early 20th century left an indelible mark through muralism led by artists like Diego Rivera and David Alfaro Siqueiros. These murals not only conveyed political and social messages, but also influences the aesthetics and function of design in various fields. In the mid 20th century, modernism and functionalism permeated Mexican architecture and design. Architect Luis Barragan stood out for simplifying forms and using color innovatively. The Mexican Renaissance in the 1930s and 1940s sought to revitalize Mexican crafts and traditions, promoting local productions and cultural identity, significantly influencing architecture and design. In contemporary times, Mexican design has experienced a fusion of global styles due to globalization, but has remained steadfast in the importance of sustainability, preservation of cultural identity, and the integration of modern technologies. Today, we observe a shift towards a more inclusive and socially oriented approach in Mexican design. Designers tackle crucial issues such as housing, health, and education, utilizing design as a tool for positive societal change. So now I'm going to explain some foundations that I believe that explains how the important parts of the design evolution in Mexico, and these foundations are like the fusion of tradition and modernity. In Mexican design, a consistent trend is observed towards the balanced integration of cultural traditions and contemporary elements. For example, the designer Carla Fernandez exemplifies this by incorporating ancestral artisanal techniques into high-fashion garments, merging Mexico's cultural richness with a modern aesthetics. The sustainability and social responsibility, sustainability and social responsibility are fundamental pillars in the evolution of design in Mexico. Environmental consciousness and commitment to underserved communities drive innovating projects, showcasing how design can address social and environmental changes. For example, the Pet Lamp Mexico, who is a project that merges sustainable designs, craftsmanship, and social responsibility. The initiative was led by Spanish designer Álvaro Catalán de Ocon in collaboration with Mexican artisans. The globalizations and stylistic diversity. The globalization has influenced the stylistic diversity of design in Mexico. Industrial designers like Héctor Ezraue is an example of how modern elements are incorporated with Mexican aesthetics, creating versatile designs that transcend cultural boundaries. The technology and design, the integration of advanced technology is a fundamental component in the evolution of Mexican design. The Digital Fabrication Laboratory, led by Michael Rocht, demonstrates how cutting-edge technology is used to innovate architectural design, adapting to contemporary demands. The design for social development. Design has become a means to address social issues that, for example, the Casa para Todos program led by Álvaro Calach focuses on providing affordable and sustainable housing, highlighting the potential of design to positively impact the quality of life for undeserved communities. The cultural identity and visual narrative. The affirmation of cultural identity is reflected in the work of Francisco Zúñiga, a muralist who used his art to visually represent Mexican story and identity. This approach contributes to the preservation and transmission of the country's cultural richness. The education and interdisciplinary collaboration. The education and interdisciplinary collaboration strengthened the design environment in Mexico. For example, the strategic design program at Tecnológico de Monterrey emphasized the importance of collaboration between designers, architects, and engineers, generating comprehensive and contextually relevant solutions. So, as a conclusion of these points, the evolution of design in Mexico emerges as a fascinating narrative where the fusion of tradition and modernity, sustainability, stylistic diversity, technology focus on a social development, the formation of cultural identity, and interdisciplinary collaboration converge to shape a vibrant and meaningful landscape. These foundations not only reflect adaptation to the global context, but also showcase the capacity of Mexican design to lead and innovate in diverse areas. Talking about my design practice as an architecture student. My design practice is marked by a deep interest in the harmonious integration of Mexican architectural tradition with the contemporary solutions. This approach stems from my appreciation for the rich architectural story of the country and my desire to contribute to its preservation and evolution. My primary interest lies in creatively and functionally reinterpreting historical Mexican architecture. I am motivated by the possibility of creating spaces that not only respect the cultural and architectural identity of the country, but also offer innovative responses to modern challenges. In the future, I aspire to design projects that serve as a living testimonies to the evolution of architecture in Mexico. I aim to contribute to the sustainable development of communities while simultaneously preserving the cultural and historical richness that defines the architectural identity of the country. So one of my biggest inspirations, the Casa Gilardi, designed by the renowned Mexican architect Luis Barragan, stands as an architectural landmark that resonates with my approach as an architecture student. Built in 1976 and located in the heart of Mexico City, the house is a masterful example of how Mexican tradition can be reinterpreted in a contemporary context. Casa Gilardi reflects Barragan's mastery in integrating vernacular architectural elements with a modern aesthetics. Vibrant colors, geometric shapes, and the use of natural light are distinctive features inspired by Mexican architectural tradition, while simplicity in design and functionality demonstrates a modern perspective. The incorporation of water as a central element, interior courtyards, and the harmonious relationship between the interior and exterior resonate with my interest in connecting with nature and story. And the Casa Gilardi represents a unique synthesis of styles, proving that modernity not only coexists with Mexico's rich architectural heritage, but can enhance it. This project inspires me to seek a balanced fusion of the historical and the contemporary, reinforcing my belief that architecture can be a bridge between the past and the future. Casa Gilardi, through its timeless design, remains a source of inspiration and guidance for my own design practice.